Hello and welcome to Sport Vibes on DNT Work. We pride ourselves in taking life lessons from the world of sports as much as we do enjoy the entertainment aspect of it. And this episode will take no different dimension than that. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sport Vibes on DNT Work. My name is Bolaji Alimian. Yet again, I'm your host. You can refer to me as the Sport Pilot. And I'll be the one navigating you through this interesting ride. Last time out, we talked about learning lessons in terms of not giving up, not holding to past failures. And this time around, we'll be talking about something much similar to that. And we're still taking lessons from football, we're still taking lessons from the English Premier League and from the top four race, the contention for top four places, which also means finishing in a position that would allow you qualify for the UEFA Champions League in Europe. So last time out, it was about Arsenal and their resurgence, and of course we mentioned Bukayo Saka. We also talked about Tyson Fury. But this time around, it's about the most successful club in the history of the English Premier League, and that is Manchester United. So some will be wondering, what's there to talk about concerning Manchester United? There is so much. A lot of their fans and neutrals in football would agree with that. And to go straight to the point, the last time we talked about learning lessons based on the truth that you should not cling to past failures, disappointments in the past. Don't let down disallow you from moving forward. We saw Bukayo Saka from missing penalty at the European finals, getting his confidence back and scoring 2 successive penalties, setting a record at that. But this time around, the lesson is still somewhat similar to that, but in a different direction. Because as much as past failures could be problems to our progress, past success could be too as well. And when you're talking about success, Manchester United definitely a successful club by all standards, even till now, regardless of the results you're seeing right now. You talk about their followership, the most followed club across the world, the merchandise, a lot of things beyond the football pitch that goes so well for this club. But it still comes down to the fact that sport-loving fans, they want to see beyond the paparazzi, if I can use that language. They want to see beyond what is going on behind the scene or in the marketplace. They want to see football. Remember, the primary reason why we're following sports is entertainment. And so when fans don't get this entertainment in terms of securing points, because it's not enough for you to play well, it's not enough for you to have one of the best players in the world being paraded by your club. You want to see the results. You want to have that chance at the end of the season to celebrate at least a trophy while your friends or your colleagues are also celebrating with their club, whether it's with Chelsea, Barcelona, or any of these clubs across the world. And of course, for Manchester United right now, you would agree that things are not looking in that direction. And the way the English Premier League is right now, how competitive it has become, means that even finishing in Champions League places is like a trophy. Someone was saying that recently, that finishing in Champions League places for Arsenal or Tottenham Hotspur is like a trophy to them. And when you look at the kind of remuneration that comes from winning these places, not trophies now, you would agree that it's enough really by some standard, because our targets are different. So not to bore us with so many background stories, let's talk about Manchester United. Of course, if you're a football fan, Manchester United is a household club, followed across the world, from Asia to Europe to Africa, across the continent really. Massive fan base, massive club. The hierarchy has done so well in time past, but right now, because the present matters a lot is not going so well on the pitch, and even off the pitch is sensing that there's still a lot to be desired. And talking about past success, after the legendary manager Sir Alex Ferguson departed the club Manchester United in the year 2013, since then they had David Moyes, they've had Louis van Gaal, they've had Jose Mourinho, they've had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and of course Ralf Rangnick. These guys, great coaches by their standard. Maybe as many have said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does not really belong in that rank. Maybe David Moyes was forced on them by some people. We will not delve into that details, but all we are concerned about is the fact that we should recognize that Manchester United is a very, very successful club. They're a club that has managed to really sustain success, even when things are not seemingly going well on the pitch or in terms of the results. But now we're talking about the fact that Manchester United are showing us something that we should all try to emulate, in the sense that at some point you just need to let go of the past. When you check Manchester United this season, the vice chairman Ed Woodward, the former vice chairman now, Ed Woodward has departed. Matt George, who is one of the top negotiators, is going to leave at some point. A lot of restructuring from top to bottom, and that is what we need to learn from as well. Many times we cling so much to the past. We have our own Sir Alex Ferguson, we have our own 20 Premier League titles to cling to, and if we are not careful in our business, the success, the kind of profit we've recorded in the past, the kind of success in academics, A+ students, always getting the best grades, those things could hinder us from moving forward, from progressing. And that's why one of the best quotes I've seen personally is that talks about the truth that you should forget about those things that are behind and reach towards those things that are before. Press towards the mark. There's a mark God asked for you when He created you. Beyond clubs now, let's talk about ourselves as individuals. There's a mark God had in mind when He gave you that innovation, that inspiration rather, when He gave you that idea about the business, when you relied on Him for direction on certain areas, the kind of business to venture into, the kind of wife you wanted to marry, the kind of family you wanted to have, or whatever area you sought God's face before moving forward, or whichever business you ventured into. There's a plan and purpose of God. There's a way God causes things to work together for our good, in as much as we love Him. And so what we're talking about is the fact that regardless of what has gone right in the past, we celebrate that, we thank God for that. Let's not cling too much to past success. Manchester United at some point had to go back to Cristiano Ronaldo, because definitely you'd agree that Cristiano Ronaldo has been massive for the club. His absence has been felt so much this season, and his presence has made a lot of difference from the Champions League to other competitions they've been involved in. But some people would argue, even some Manchester United fans would argue, that his return hindered the progress of some young stars, some young talent like Mason Greenwood and some other big players that were trying to make more progress in the club. But that is a debate for another time. Our focus is about not always dwelling on the past. Okay, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a legendary player. Was he needed for Manchester United at that point? Did they need to go back to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a coach, considering the kind of record he had at Cardiff City when he was in the Premier League? But that is best known to the hierarchy, and that's in the past now. And let's not forget, as important as the past is, we're not talking about discarding the past. We reflect on them too, because there are lessons in the past. But hey, you don't have to cling to the past to the extent that you just celebrate past glory, past success. There is a need to press forward, whether it be failure, whether it be success, whatever it is. Thank God for them. Even the failures, glorify God for them, because there's always a lesson. There's a gain in the pain. So just press forward, and press forward. And talking about pressing forward, Manchester United definitely are showing us a good pattern as regards that. Erik ten Hag, it's no longer news, the Ajax coach presently is going to be the Manchester United manager. Full of talent, full of experience, despite the fact that he's young. We've seen what this man has done with the club Ajax, how they upset Real Madrid some seasons back in the Champions League, and of course a lot of other great things they've done for themselves, in spite of the fact that they've lost stars like Hakim Ziyech, Donny van der Beek and some other stars. This man has managed to keep Ajax as a top club, always a tough club to face in Europe. But it remains to be seen whether he is going to be able to repeat that feat at Manchester United. Of course, Manchester United, a much more bigger club than Ajax by many standards, with all respect to Ajax. But you're talking about the most followed club in the world, Manchester United, massive club, massive expectations. So it's not about the fact that the likes of Jose Mourinho were poor. Jose Mourinho won several trophies with Manchester United. I think the last manager to win trophies for them, yes. I got that correct. And you want to talk about the likes of Louis van Gaal. We've seen the kind of success these guys have recorded before coming to Manchester United. Talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It wasn't bad at Norway too with Mulder. You talk about several coaches, even David Moyes. We've seen what he has done at West Ham right now. So the question remains that Erik ten Hag, would he be able to create a new landmark and be the first Erik ten Hag and not another Sir Alex Ferguson, or trying to just build towards an old pattern that is in the past? Sir Alex Ferguson is an important figure for Manchester United. This is a man everyone respects. If you're a football lover and you have no reason to just be biased, definitely this is a massive man with loads of trophies. But Manchester United right now, moving forward under Erik ten Hag, of course Ralf Rangnick has done, but it doesn't seem to be going in the right direction. There was an offer of him, being a consultant and maybe probably extending his deal as a coach beyond the end of the season, but that's not going to happen anymore. He's now the new Austrian manager. He's going to take up the job at the Austrian national team eventually. Thank you so much for watching Sport Vibes on DNT Work. If you enjoyed the video, ensure you subscribe, like, and share the video. Thank you. That's how far we'll go on Sport Vibe this week. Sport is exciting, sport is entertaining, sport is amazing. We love sport and Sport Vibes. But don't forget, when next you watch sport, look out for lessons in the lives of the individuals, in the running of clubs, and maybe can take 1 or 2 lessons to apply to yourself from that. Don't forget, there's a purpose for that business, there's a purpose God has for your life. Don't ever ignore that, regardless of the present circumstance you are facing. It's just a circumstance, things happening around. You alone, by the grace of God, have the right to determine what will become of your life. Thank you so much. My name is Bolaji Alimi, the Sport Pilot. I hope you enjoyed this ride. Till next episode, bye for now.